Halloween Kills is coming out soon, and here are 5 things I want from the much anticipated return of the Masked Man. So the first thing is a consistent tone. Now I think Halloween 2018 was all over the place. It's gone down since I first saw it. The more I watch it, it just seems like a film that's all over the place tonally. One minute it's paying tribute to the 1978 film, then it's borrowing from Halloween 2, then it's borrowing from Halloween 6, then Rob Zombie's Halloween, with how brutal it is. For me, it's glaringly clear in Halloween 2018 that they're trying to please every single Halloween fan on the planet, and that's just not going to happen. Michael Myers in the film, he's the Michael of every Halloween movie. He's got elements of Michael in the 1978 film, he's got elements of Michael in Rob Zombies, he's got elements of Michael in Halloween 6. They try and embody everything that Halloween has ever been, and they try to have references, and it just makes the film for me feel really jumbled and feel really overloaded. They need to focus on a tone. They need to either decide, well, we'll try and make it loyal to Halloween 1978, or we'll try and make it loyal to Halloween 4. Whatever, whichever one they pick, but they need to. This whole thing of trying to appease everyone and trying to make it true to the entire franchise is too difficult. There's too many movies to do that, plus the movies are controversial. If it was a case that everyone loved every movie, then maybe this approach would be working, but it doesn't, because people resent a lot of the Halloween movies, so they don't want to be reminded of them in a new movie. I think there also needs to be a tribute character to Dr. Loomis. Now obviously they did that in the last movie with Dr. Sartain, who was a load of old arse. The actor was okay, but what happened was bloody bonkers, even by this franchise's track record, and this is a franchise where we've seen this happen. For me, he's kind of essential to the series. For me, Halloween doesn't really work without Dr. Loomis, or at least a character of equivalence. That's why I kind of have a soft spot for Halloween 6 in a lot of areas, because they make Tommy Wallace kind of like a young Dr. Loomis, even though Loomis is in that film as well. They were kind of preparing for Donald Pleasance not being around anymore. Obviously Tommy's going to be in this movie, so maybe Tommy can do it in this film. So the third thing is, I think we need to make Karen and Alison way more interesting. Dear God, these characters are boring. Mind-numbingly so. Give them something. Make them elevated. They need to take centre stage, because we need to take this series beyond Laurie Strode. And if we have 2 members of her family and the storyline is trauma being passed down, kind of destiny being passed down, we need to make these characters a bit more engaging. It's nothing to do with the actors. I feel like the way it was written, there just wasn't much for them to do, and what they did do was kind of whiny, kind of annoying. They need to be on Laurie's side in this sequel. It kind of needs to be the 3-woman band versus Michael in a lot of ways. It does seem like this is going to be kind of an ensemble film, everyone versus Michael, Michael versus the world, because you've got Karen, Alison, Tommy, Laurie. I think you've got Lindsay in this as well, so it's like everyone versus Michael, and it's like Michael versus the universe. The next thing is essential. We need to explain how Michael escaped the fire. Now this is something that you're probably laughing at for me including, but it's just because I've heard rumours they're not going to do this. I've heard rumours they're just going to say, well, it's Michael, there's the answer. Kind of like in Dark Knight Rises, how did Batman get back to Gotham? Well, it's Batman. No chance, mate. For me, it is essential. Yes, Michael is somewhat, I guess, supernatural in elements, but he's also he's a man, and we need him to be believable, at least in some state. I mean, obviously he survived 6 shots in the first film, and he got up and walked away, but there's just that little sense of ambiguity there. Maybe he could have survived. Maybe he one of the bullets skimmed him, who knows. But in this, we know he was burning in a fire, so we need to show him either get out via a trapdoor or break down the wall or something. We have to see how he escaped, otherwise you're just going down the road of the Halloween sequels where you just make him a supernatural entity, there's nothing human about him, and he's not interesting anymore. We need to see how he escapes, don't you dare just tell me it's Michael. And finally, this is quite an involved one, Laurie Strode must die. And there's lots to this. For me, I think we need to end the storyline of Laurie and Michael in Halloween Kills. I know there's Halloween Ends coming up. I think the person who should defeat Michael in Halloween Ends is not actually Laurie, but I was thinking Tommy. Now, whether Tommy is that Loomis-esque character or they do bring in someone else, who knows. But for me, Tommy is the child who saw Michael back on Halloween night. He saw him through the eyes of a child, the true boogeyman. And instead of just seeing Laurie and Michael duke it out for the next two films like we've seen so much before, I'd focus on Tommy. I'd focus on his trauma of encountering the actual real life boogeyman, his connection to Laurie, his want and need to make Laurie proud, his want and need to finish what Laurie started. And you know, that could be a very interesting element, and we need the other characters, as I said, to step up. We need Karen and Alison to step up in this respect, so we get it away from just Laurie and Michael, because this is just, I'm sick of just Laurie and Michael, I really am. But we do need an epic death for Laurie, maybe a self-sacrifice, who knows. But either way, we need to pass the baton onto either Karen, Alison, preferably Tommy. So maybe Laurie dies and her last words to Tommy or Karen and Alison is, make sure he dies, you know, kill him for me, who knows. It would just make this film stand out, because if we just watch this film and Laurie survives, then we just know it's Laurie versus Michael in Halloween Ends, and even if she dies in that one, she'll die defeating Michael. You know, I'm kind of tired of Laurie and Michael, I've seen it too much, so I'm hoping that they can get some writers in there who are able to develop the other characters and make them just as meaningful as Laurie. Thanks for watching everyone. What do you think there needs to be in Halloween Kills? Are you looking forward to Halloween Kills? What do you think about what we know about the film so far? Let me know in the comments down below, and also let me know what you think of my ideas for Halloween Kills. And please check out on the screen now my ranking of the Halloween series, and please check out my other videos on the channel. I talk about nostalgic movies as well as new ones on occasion. Thanks for watching everyone. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time.